AFTV DT. Wow, how comfortable was that? That was nice and relaxed and smooth and cool and, 4-0. The only thing about it, I know you had a 50 quid on 5-0.
Yeah.
And you was willing for that 5th goal to go in. But overall, we know it's only Norwich, but a very good performance.
You have to beat what's in front of you. If we lose to Norwich, then everyone takes the piss out of us. So you've got to go and do the job, and you've got to be professional. I felt there was probably a 15-20 minute spell at the start of the second half that you can look at and go, I wasn't too happy. But for the rest of the game, we controlled it, dominated it, and we should have had more than the 4 goals. And I felt there were some, decent individual performances. Aubameyang, so nice for him to get onto the score sheet again since the break. 50th Premier League goal as well. Fastest ever Arsenal player to reach 50 Premier League goals. And when you think of the strikers we've had, that's
and when you think of the team that he's been in as well.
Exactly. And the position he plays.
Why have we not, we announced today that Saka signed, right? Why have we not tied this guy down yet as well?
I don't know.
So important to get him to sign.
I know he is. I can't answer you. Maybe he can answer it.
Yeah, I know. Maybe he can answer it, but we've got to get him signed, haven't we?
We have to. We have to. At the end of the day, he's chasing the golden boot for the 2nd year running. You imagine if we actually play to his strengths and we click as a side, what he could do. People say, oh, his age and he's got a year left, get some money for him. Who are you replacing him with? Where are you getting that kind of striker from for peanuts? You're not. Lacazette's not going to replace him. Eddie Nketiah's not ready. We've got a ready-made world-class striker there. I'd rather the club just actually bite the bullet, if anything, and just go into the final year. Because I think it could be beneficial and could be worth it in the long run.
He looks on the pitch, he looks happy. He's got, he came off tonight, he didn't moan, he didn't whinge, he had a big smile on his face.
Yeah.
Obviously happy, you'd be other players like, I want to go for my hat-trick or whatever. Yeah. He doesn't look like a guy that's playing for himself.
No.
He looks like a guy that's playing for the team. Obviously he's got the pride of wanting to get that golden boot, but that's not his focus. He's like, I'm happy when the team wins. He looks like a team player. He's the captain. It's just baffling. Obviously, there might be something to do with him in there. But if we're listening to what he said, over to you, Arsenal.
He wants ambition. He wants to see ambition. It's as simple as that. Anybody can tell what Aubameyang wants. He's getting towards the latter part of his career where this would be his last big contract. So he wants to, be able to look back when he retires at trophies. Not individual trophies. He wants team trophies. He wants titles. He wants to win the big stuff. And what he needs to see is some kind of ambition from the club where he could go, you know what, I've got a good chance if I stay here of doing that. I like the project. I like the progression. The only way we can do that is by, going out and showing how ambitious we are. Yeah. And if, the rumours are true and we get a Thomas Partey or an Upamecano, for example, then that's ambition. If Arsenal do that and it's still not enough for Aubameyang, then I don't know what more we can do.
Cedric today, his first game for Arsenal, he's going to remember that for a long time. He's had to wait to start. He came and, we've even been, a lot of people have been questioning it and saying, why even bother keep him or whatever. But Mikel Arteta stuck with him, giving him, giving him a new deal.
Yep.
And he comes on, and that must be like a dream for him. You know,
he couldn't read the script.
Brilliant. I mean, we don't see many goals from outside the box for Arsenal, and it was a fantastic strike and great way to get off the mark for him.
Well, look at what Mikel Arteta said the other day. He said, in the offensive third, he's dangerous, and he's the best option we have. Bellerin again, and I don't want to use this as a way of just trying to pick on him, but in the attacking areas today, he was poor. There was an incident in the second half where he got to the byline and he fell over his own feet. Come on, man.
He's under a lot of pressure, isn't he? Because
so much pressure.
You had Ainsley Maitland-Niles put in a great performance at the weekend. Now Cedric's coming. All right, he ain't been on long, but he's banged a goal.
And listen, not just that.
I noticed like the cameras are focused on Bellerin when he's coming off. He's under a lot of pressure, but that's what we want. We want competition for places.
We do. And it wasn't just the goal from Cedric. He was in a very advanced position. He was more replicating what we do on the left-hand side. You see how advanced Tierney is on that left-hand side. We never have that on the right. But yet once he come on, we started to see that. He was getting towards the byline. He was putting crosses in, you know, causing dangerous moments in the game. And it's no coincidence that in that last 20 minutes or so, we was hitting that right-hand side a lot. More in that last 20 than the previous 60, 70 minutes. You know, and that's no coincidence. We were more dangerous down that side. So, listen, for me, Bellerin doesn't get back in the team. It's as simple as that.
Oh, you wouldn't have him back in the team for Wolves?
He doesn't offer anything. Not anything at all. What does he offer? You tell me. I will sit there and have a debate with anybody that can try and justify why he starts ahead of Cedric and Maitland-Niles.
Well, the next game, Wolves, you know, we was talking about he'll be up against, like, say, a Traore, and that maybe his pace might help him, because Bellerin obviously is quite a pacey guy.
Are you mad? What do you mean Bellerin's pacey?
Wait,
what year are you stuck in?
He's one of the quickest guys at the club.
What year are you stuck in? Seriously, 2016? Bellerin is not pacey anymore. He's got no pace at all. One of his biggest attributes that used to get him out of his positional issues and problems was his pace. Not anymore. And it's no coincidence that teams we play against pinpoint that side as a weakness. How many times does he get skinned? Absolutely roasted. He ain't got no pace. If Traore goes up against him, oh my dear word.
So you wouldn't have him in for...
No. Okay. Absolutely no chance. That's the one change that I would have. I wouldn't have Lacazette starting against Wolves either. Again, I love the guy, but he's not doing anything on the pitch. He's not producing. You know, his hold-up play's great, but you're a striker. I want goals.
He had a couple of opportunities again today, didn't he?
He's not scoring. He's not scoring. So I want to see something different. You know, we will get on to lineups and whatnot, but I want to see against Wolves, Oba playing through the middle. And I'll have a front three of Saka and Pepe.
But would you play him through the middle, though? Because
yes, I would.
The thing is about it, right? He's scoring so many goals from that left-hand side.
Yeah, but you say that, but we've got the option of having Saka on the left-hand side as the most advanced. He had a nice rest today. I felt he needed the rest. He's been heavily involved. So it's the perfect chance. You know, go with that front three. We're going to have to be on our game. Wolves have started brilliantly since the restart. They were brilliant before anyway. You know, to go to Molineux and get anything is difficult for any team in the Premier League. And we've seen that, you know. So
yeah, one player who's looking important in the team at the moment is Dani Ceballos.
Good today.
Again, good performance by him again today.
Yeah, I felt he was quieter in the second half. First half, I felt he was pulling the strings. He was so influential. Everything went through Dani Ceballos. If he would have had a good second half in, you know, as he did with the first, it'd be a debate over who gets man of the match with Aubameyang. Aubameyang wins it by a country mile now because he scores 2, gets an assist.
Another person, though, I reckon who'd have a shout for that man of the match was Xhaka, who also scored. Also scored a good goal. It's good to see him get that far forward and get in the box and on the end. That's what we want to see from the midfielders. But that's another solid performance by Granit Xhaka. We definitely look more solid with him in that midfield.
We do, and we've said that all along. At the end of the day, you know, I still feel he needs someone to complement him, and we will speak about the likes of a Thomas Partey. Him and Thomas Partey would be absolutely brilliant together, in my opinion. But you know, he's the one that's just steady and everything, and he does it all simply. You know, there's a couple of moments where he does something, you think, oh no, Granit, don't. You know, first half he done a silly little header back, and you have them little moments, but overall, his play was really, really good. There were some very good individual performances. There were some performances where they haven't really done themselves, you know, any favours moving forward. Reece Nelson, another one as well. He's not pulling up trees. He's not doing anything to say to Mikel Arteta, whoa, I've got a decision to make this weekend.
We're planting trees, we're not pulling them up.
Planting trees, you know, pulling up trees, whatever you might be. But, you know, there's, like I said, there's, you know, some players that have not really done themselves any justice.
All right, well, listen, that's Norwich, bottom of the table.
Hey, listen.
The next game,
it doesn't
though,
matter. Listen, Robbie, listen. You've got to beat. No, but listen. You've got to beat what's in front of you. Norwich beat Man City. Yeah, Norwich gave Manchester United a good run for their money in the cup last week. You know, they're still a Premier League team.
Yeah, of course. But the next game is a
huge.
Big Wolves.
Huge.
They are one of the best teams in the Premier League at the moment.
Massively.
Right? And they've come back off of the break, and they've been playing brilliantly.
Yeah.
And we all remember, you were there, I were there, last year, they absolutely destroyed us.
Yeah, they did.
That's a huge game for us, isn't it?
The only thing that I'm praying will work in our favour is not having the home support of Molineux behind them. Because it's a big factor. It is a big factor. You know?
But even without that, they're a top
don't get me
team.
wrong. I was about to say, but we still have to be on it. We can't have any passengers if we're going to beat Wolves. We can't. We can't have, you know, like today we're saying Bellerin wasn't that great, Reece Nelson wasn't great, Lacazette wasn't great. Against Wolves, you can't have that. You can't have 3 players out of the 11 not playing well. You can maybe carry 1, if that. You've got to have 11 players completely switched on and ready for the fight. And believe me, it'll be a fight. They're an unbelievably good side, Wolves are, and they're a credit for what they've done since they've come into the Premier League. But we're Arsenal, man. You know, I want us to not fear teams. I want us to go to places and we're like, yeah, all right, it's Wolves, tough game, but let's go and deal with it.
Well, I hope we do.
To Saturday, man.
I hope we do have that attitude on Saturday. It's going to be a huge
We'll find
game.
out.
But listen, it was a good. You keep thinking to yourself, if only would have beaten Brighton.
If
now
only.
there'd be a little glimmer of something, you know.
If buts, maybes.
But
you know,
it's
but story of our season.
Yeah, but if they could go and get a result against Wolves, and this is good for Mikel Arteta.
It is.
He's on a little run now, 3 in a row.
Yeah.
So
He
good
was
for
on a
him
run
as well.
before the break as well.
Yeah.
And then the break interrupted that. We had 3 wins in a row. So hopefully this can get us a bit of momentum, because our next games on paper are absolutely terrifying.
Wolves, Tottenham,
No, Leicester.
Leicester.
Leicester, I'm a little bit less
Yeah, I've said
worried
before, I still think
than
we could
I
beat
was.
Leicester at home. But on paper, Wolves, Leicester, Tottenham, Liverpool.
And then Man City in the cup.
Hey.
Easy.
Just a big reminder to all Arsenal fans, do not come down to the ground on a match days. The pubs are going to be closed. Nobody's going to be in here. AFTV will not be down here. Do not come down to the ground. We've still got this situation with the COVID-19 coronavirus, and we want to keep everybody safe. So stay at home, watch the game, and enjoy a win.